Hi, Himani. So, basic steps in payroll processing in Singapore are: first, we have to make sure we gather all employee information. Employee information means the name, the age, the address, the contact details, date of birth, what are the salary and wages that are to be paid, any allowances and benefits that are to be given to the employee, any overtime to be paid, any deductions, what is the employment type, is it a full time or a part time or a wage earner. First and foremost is to gather employee information. Second thing that we need to do is calculate gross pay. What do we mean by gross pay? So your gross pay should include your salaries and wages, any allowances that you are giving, any bonuses to be paid, any overtime, any commission, any other areas, any other income that the employee is earning. Everything forms part of your gross pay. Third thing is you have to calculate the net pay. Net pay means gross pay minus any deductions. And what are those deductions? The deductions should include your statutory deductions like CPF, your CDAX, your skill development levy, foreign worker levy, etc. Any loan repayments, any employee taxes paid, CPF contributions, any advances which are given to the employees, any payments which are made on behalf of the employee like insurance premium, etc. After all those deductions, the amount you get is the net pay. Then you have to generate payslip and make the payment. And the last thing is, on a monthly basis, you have to file CPF to CPF board. After filing CPF board, annually you have to submit employment income to IRAS, and that's the whole payroll process in Singapore. These are the steps involved in payroll processing in Singapore. Yes, as per MOM guidelines, we need to issue itemized payslips for all the employees. We have to make sure that they have everything in order: their name, the salary details, the deductions, everything is in order, and every employee is entitled to a payslip. We need to issue payslips. Okay, potential errors that we can make while processing payroll are: first, incorrect salary calculation. What happens sometimes we don't know what is the amount of salary, we don't know how to calculate pay for incomplete month or the overtime rate, the wage rate. So, miscalculation of salary, miscalculation of overtime payment, miscalculation of CPF. Now, people will think, why miscalculation of CPF? So, what happens sometimes? Payroll processors or an employee who's in your HR may not be able to gauge the correct age of the person. He may miss that deadline out. So what happens is that there are certain ages, and the rate of CPF varies depending upon your age. If you miss that age thing, then you may make errors while calculating the CPF. Miscalculation of taxes, miscalculation of statutory deductions that are required. Sometimes I've also seen that some clients have missed out their payroll processing timelines, which led to delay in payment of salary. So these are the errors which can potentially happen. And how we can correct them is that I think we should seek professional advice, because people who are doing this on a going basis can advise you better how to do this. Then you should implement a good payroll system or a good payroll software which can remember your timelines for you. You have to keep track of legislative changes, and on a yearly or 2-yearly basis, you should keep on checking your payroll process. So just check your payroll process regularly, and then I think you can correct all the above errors. So for CPF calculation, right? So first and foremost, every Singaporean and PR is required to file CPF if he is working. Okay. So every employer needs to submit CPF for its working population who's a Singaporean or a PR. Even self-employed people have to file CPF for themselves. The rate of CPF contribution depends upon age of that person. And there are other statutory deductions also beyond CPF, like skill development levy, foreign worker levy, or CDAX and ECF, BMF, etc., which are also filed at the time of CPF filing. The filing needs to be done within 14 days of end of the month for which you're processing the payroll, and the CPF records need to be kept for at least 5 years. And please note that these records should be made available to the officer of CPF board if required. So make sure you're maintaining your records for at least 5 years. So how do you need to file taxes is that first, for your current employees, right, who are part of your organization still and have not resigned, every year you need to file employment income to IRAS using auto inclusion scheme. So by 1st of March, all the employers are required to fill this AIS data in IRAS to submit. So there are two ways of doing it. Either you register for AIS scheme on IRAS portal, or there are special softwares which you can use to file this. So this is for the current employees. For employees who are leaving your organization, have to make sure you file their taxes in the form of IR21 for foreigners who are leaving Singapore and who are your employees. For local employees who are leaving, you have to give them IR8A. And I would also suggest to take a declaration from the employee that they would take care of your taxes on their own. Otherwise, as an employer, you would be responsible and can be subjected to penalties also for non-payment of tax. All in all, I would say that these are the basic things that you need to know for processing payroll in Singapore. And RAS is always there to help you. If you have any questions, please feel free to connect with me. I'd be very happy to answer your questions. If you have any queries and if you need any help, always remember RAS is there for you. We are an accounting doctor, happy to help. Thank you very much.